Oh man, it's been a while because like here in Germany is it is this way that you have this TV station who has been showing Indian movies like the DDLJ types in the early to like late 90s, early 2000s. They had like all of them on, and my mom watched it, so I like, certainly watched it as well. I mean, I was my teenage years, so I was focusing on other stuff at that point, but I knew about it, so I kind of like got to know it. There's a big hype, especially as I said, for the people that watch these movies, but all in German. So it was all in German, the songs and everything. So it was like nothing like I used to, or I'm still used to watching movies here, which is obviously in the original language and then with mostly English subtitles. But yeah, so that's how kind of the Indian cinema got into me. I mean, I watch around like 350, 400 movies nowadays a year, and from all walks of the world. And yeah, so Indian cinema became a greater part when as you mentioned, we founded Masala Crowd 2.5 years ago. And right before that, when Pushpa, the first Pushpa came out, and also when RRR and KGF 2 came out. All these movies, they was it one? No, was it that year? KGF 2 or one? I don't remember.
Um,
But
20 2018 was KGF one. So
exactly, so it must be two, yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So these came out, and since I watched like all kinds of movies, and it's like hard to watch Indian movies in Berlin before. There was only like older cinemas who didn't have like the nice seats, and you couldn't get the experience. And so I went with my buddy who was going to these screenings before, and then they had at the local cinema where I sometimes host premieres and other things. I had the chance to watch it there. So I was like, I was in there, and then imagine watching RRR and KGF 2
Yeah.
basically in that atmosphere, packed cinema, people going nuts. It was amazing. It felt so good and so different because since I started watching so many movies at some point in my life, like I think like 5 6 years ago, I that's what the average is now, 350 to 400 movies a year. I kind of like got bored with Western cinema and like similar type of cinema. So I kind of like felt, oh, this is something new, this is different. So I really enjoyed this over the top action and the heroes and the music, of course, and also the way it is celebrated.
Yeah.
So that's where exactly also Masala Crowd it came into play, because we wanted to give here in Berlin, especially, a home to all these kind of movies and all these kind of community that would love to see a movie on the big screen and celebrate it. And so yeah, this is how it all began. And yeah, there was some good times. And we just had I think last year we had with Street 2 and Pushpa 2 when it came out, the biggest and craziest screenings we ever had. And yeah, Chhaava was another one just a week ago, was another screening that is definitely unforgettable and made history for us here in Berlin.
Yeah, no, I get that. So what is like the Indian cinema culture like in Germany?
It is definitely there. I mean, the Indian diaspora is like right now is the biggest, especially for students. It's the biggest one in Germany. Even before it was the Chinese, but now it's the Indian people that have taken over in the student sector. And yeah, here in Berlin, especially, I think there are around 40,000 Indian people at least,
Okay.
so it's a lot. And yeah, we have catered to that kind of niche on our end. And yeah, and the community comes together, especially for Chhaava. This is like what I've never seen before. I mean, I've seen Telugu movies and Tamil movies sell out quick, but for Chhaava, for ticket prices of 15 euros, I think it was, we sold out easily 300 seats in 5 hours. And
Wow.
this was insane, and has never been before, especially for Hindi movies. That is always very complicated for that. So I was really excited that this happened, and that the community came together. We had the Raman Bagh Patak playing, so at like in the cinema itself. And it's like,
Wow.
this is our local cinema here. The UCI is a company, daughter company of Odeon. and they performed so loud in the cinema itself that from the nacho stands, the sauces, they vibrated out of the shelf. So it was insane, and such a good screening. And we had even a Madani Kale performance as well, and a dance performance, a Gondal dance performance. That was really really cool, and one of the best screenings we've had, in my opinion.